Live. Everybody, we're going live. Are we good? We live?
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm a little tired, but I don't think I have.
Do I have zombie corgis of me?
You do. There's a zombie corgi coming for you.
This was what I wore for D&D last night because my fae creature is a corgi. He doesn't look like this though. He's not a zombie.
Unless he wants to be.
We could probably
disguise him to look
could disguise him to look like a zombie.
I love it. I love that he would then scamper like a zombie. Like he would make
Oprah
up his
totally
own
would.
Zombie scamper. That feels like a good name for a game.
Zombie
You
scamper?
want to play Zombie Scamper?
It's just zombie dog.
Scamper.
Yeah. Scampering around.
Or like a name of a dance. Do the zombie scamper.
Scamper. Scamper, 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 zombie!
It's almost as good as I'm a bear, I'm a bear.
Do you want to cover it now or on the main pod?
We can main pod it.
Okay, we'll main pod it.
Coming soon.
I don't know if I have anything else for this.
No, we're good.
You're excited that you got all of those Farscape DVDs?
Fuck yes.
and then Amazon Prime.
I think, yes, I know. And now it's all available on Prime. But that's a good thing because every now and then, Jesse's like, I think I might be ready now to watch this with you.
Well, you're like, finally, because I have to start recording these soon.
I was like, okay, good. So that when he's finally like, I'm ready right now, I'll be like, bitch, I'm on. There's no waiting around. So yeah, I just got to get him in on it. Either that or I'm going to have to substitute Jesse with another human.
You can substitute with another human if need be.
I may need to, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll find someone.
There's some people I have in mind. I would love to give domestic partner Jesse first choice.
Yeah, but you need to tell him he's,
but
shit or get off the pot.
He's got to come up for. It's not like he's about to, graduate school in a couple months and working his butt off or anything like that. Anyway, but that's where that's at.
Yeah,
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Someday will happen.
Someday.
Okay. We're going to record this shiznit.
Let's do it. 167.
167? Mm-hmm. Welcome to episode 167 of There's No Place Like Terra of Stargate First Watch Rewatch Podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm a bear.
I just realized the mic is hidden behind here.
Hello, microphone. Can you hear me?
Let's try that again.
Okay. It's hiding.
We are so on top of shit today.
That's okay. Ready? Let's call it.
And then maybe. Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to call it. Let's say 30.
30. Welcome to episode 167 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch Podcast. I am Nixie.
And I am a bear. I am Grace. Today we're going over season 1, episode SG1, season 8. Keep this in. Don't edit this out. Episode 8.
You say to yourself.
Yes. Future Grace. This is past Grace. Do not edit any of this. SG1.
Yes.
Season 8.
Yes.
Episode 8. 8 is great. Covenant.
Yes.
AKA
Virgin Galactic. The Richard Branson story.
How I grew up and became Richard Branson.
If Richard Branson disappears,
now we know why.
We know why. No, I'm not. He's not an Elon Musk. I love Elon Musk, but he is a level of insanity.
It's definitely Richard. Well, the thing is, the conspiracy part of things is Elon Musk.
Yes.
Like the cool dude is the Richard Branson part.
Yeah. I love Elon Musk. He's insane.
Yeah. But insane enough to bring out a gray alien and be like, look what I found. The world should know.
This is true.
That's my thought.
This is true.
Spoilers. In case anyone hasn't watched this episode. I don't know what you would do.
AKA Virgin
Tesla. I promise we'll get to the I'm a bear song.
I think we can just get to the I'm a bear song now.
On our D&D recap this week.
You're so excited.
Grace is a bear.
Grace is not anymore a bear.
No,
she was a bear well over half the night, though.
We finally got into the Temple of Elemental Evil.
Well, before we got into the actual temple, we cleared out the little tiny tower.
A little fortress, if you will.
A little fortress in which our cleric, battle cleric decided to save five people.
Instead of killing them, she turned them.
So they're not fighting with us.
Yes.
And Topsy.
We have cannon fodder.
I literally call them cannon fodder initiative. Whereas Topsy, who's just chaotic neutral, was holding a poison dagger to him, going, "You just tried to kill us. Please tell us why I shouldn't kill you
Can
now."
I kill? Can I please kill? And the cleric's like, don't kill. It's like, but kill.
As I had poison dripping off my venom dagger.
Please kill. Fine, I kill this thing. We cleared out the thing. And then
Topsy got a cloak of Elvenkind.
And she got a really cool fucking cloak. Literally the cloak from
so
Lord of the
excited,
Rings.
yes.
And there's some other stuff that we got. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I haven't turned it into the cool thing yet.
After all this, we rested for the night. The next day, there's Temple of Elemental Evil, which, guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, is not easy to get into.
Fuck no.
So Grace / Nefreyu decided, I'm just going to turn into a bear.
After I firebolted the window.
Like, there was all these puzzle solving. I was like, I don't know why we're doing this. Bear. First of all, Nefreyu was high.
Totally just stoned out of her mind.
Because Nefreyu is usually super cool. He's very calm. But then our cleric calmed everyone's emotion. And I was like, well, now he's stoned.
He's just...
Because he's never not
He's
calm.
The most stoned.
So he's just stoned. And he's like, check it out, guys. I'm just going to turn into a bear.
And just climb
the window and then just smash it. And then tumble in like Winnie the fucking Pooh.
You were like lodged there and we climbed over you.
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh stuck in the tree hole.
Honey pot.
And then, so I was like, well, at this point I'm a bear, so I'm going to stay in bear form as long as possible in case it comes in handy again.
We literally made a bare necessities joke.
Yeah, and because I couldn't talk to my team, and I get very anxious when we're in dungeons. I just kept dancing, going, I'm a bear, I'm a bear. I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear.
It was just like an hour.
And I like, it might have been a real life hour.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a real life hour of just great. I'm a bear.
I'm a bear.
I'm a bear. I'm a bear over here. And now I'm a bear over here.
Claws. Bite. But we had a lot of fun.
And then we found a fucking Hydra.
Yep. Which I was like, can I friend? No, kill? Okay, I guess we're killing now.
And I got real mad at it.
Yeah.
And let's just say I blew off a head so badly it couldn't grow back into two.
Yeah. It was super bad. And then
Topsy's a little flighty until you get her really pissed, and then she turns.
Yeah.
And she turns real dark. You know how Galadriel turns when they offer the ring? That's kind of what Topsy does.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
Don't do things. And then so our tank, our badass Ranger Dragonborn, takes out the Hydra. So Hydra's mommy, the troll,
got real mad.
Got super mad.
He has a ring of protection.
Yeah, and so she picked him up and ran
after bashed his skull in a couple times.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
He's got unconscious, woke up, went unconscious, woke up, went unconscious again.
I started calling him Barrack Dondarrion.
Yeah. And now at the end of the night, Troll picked him up and darted down the hallway, and that's where we ended.
Wait, so does that make Nefreyu Thoros of Mir?
Probably.
Because do I have them right? Barrack is the one that comes back, and Thoros is the one that brings him back?
I've always been confused between the two.
Anyway.
The one with the man bun.
Yes. Is the one bringing the other one.
Yeah, the man bun man brings him back.
Now becomes man bun. But because he's now brought Brass back 3 times from the dead.
In this one battle.
And I'm like,
twice. He needs to bring him back the third time.
Yeah, I need to bring him back one more time.
So we're plotting. If anyone has any ideas
we will take
as to what we should do.
How to stop a running troll.
A rampaging troll.
A rampaging troll who's running away from us.
Who has an unconscious dragonborn in his arms.
Yes. We'll take all ideas.
Right now, I'm about to enlarge Brass so he weighs 8 times the weight, and
then we're going
to drop him.
If anyone's seen Over the Hedge, this is going to be a deep cut, guys. If you've seen Over the Hedge, we're going to hammy time our monk.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you've seen Over the Hedge.
I haven't, but I just know what the monk can do right now.
So in Over the Hedge, there's a squirrel named Hammy, and they need him to do a thing. And so they feed him an energy drink. And so the entire world stops. So we see the world in Hammy time.
Gotcha.
Which means that the entire world has now stopped. That's how fast he's moving. So we want to Hammy time our monk, Eudokia.
The monk has got into the Speed Force.
So basically, we're thinking we Hammy time the monk.
Who's currently already Hammy time. She's currently already in the Speed Force.
That's
with the potion she took.
Yeah, and then we just gotta be careful like she doesn't get toxic.
You're gonna heal her as she runs.
Yes, without potions so that no toxics. So hopefully I have her range in my heals. Come back here, try to fix you.
We're gonna get Brass back.
Hashtag keep Brass alive.
No, it was Justice for Balls or Balls Justice. His name is Brass Iron Balls.
He's here to avenge his brother.
Yeah.
Brag Iron Balls.
Who got killed already in the TPK.
Justice for Brass, save Brass, balls for justice.
Yes, balls for justice. Hashtag balls for justice.
And that's our D&D corner.
That's our D&D update.
You for indulging us. Because it's not at all Stargate related, except for the fact that Nefreya was named Nefreya.
Well, yeah, because Roden died.
Yeah.
Well, there's Sam. We're just not playing Sam currently. Yeah. Alrighty.
But we are here.
Nefreya would be proud of Nefreya.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. So, Covenant, aka Virgin Galactic, aired August 27th, 2004. It was written by Ron Wilkerson and Robert C. Cooper, directed by Mr. Martin Wood.
Martin Wood?
If there's a Wood cameo, I missed it. I'm sorry.
I've decided that I'm just bad at it. I don't know what Martin Wood looks like anymore.
Sometimes good and sometimes, well, just look for the wrench.
I feel like if he showed up at my house, I'd be like, what? He'd be like, hello, I'm Martin Wood. I was like, are you? Because I never see you in anything. Apparently he's invisible.
He's just permanently have cast invisibility. It's a cloak of invisibility.
But it only works towards graces.
It's a selective.
Yeah.
Charles Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy.
I think it's Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I pronounced that. There's a lot of extra letters in there. He is most well known as Maxwell
Sheffield.
Sheffield, thank you.
Mr. Maxwell Sheffield.
In The Nanny.
Yes.
Actually, the captain of the Alpha Site is Mike Sheffield.
I saw that. I actually wrote that
down. He was also Shane Andrew on Day of Our Lives.
Oh.
Most recently, I remember him from The Magicians.
I didn't see that.
He, in real life, not in The Magicians, in real life, attended Eton College. Fancy. Cambridge.
Oh, fancy.
Double fancy. And while he was there, he was part of the infamous Footlights Club.
So he's a super fancy
man. Super fancy man.
Nice.
He apparently moved to the U.S. to follow a girl.
Oh, boy.
It worked out. They got married.
Oh, yay. That's always good.
I would have loved to see him. He was King Arthur in Spamalot of Maine. That would have been amazing.
Nice.
And even though it's not often used, he gets fancier.
Oh.
His official title, he is technically the Right Honorable Lord Shaughnessy.
So, you know what's funny is I was about to ask, he always plays rich people.
Does he
come from lines of...
a legit, like, fancy...
Lord.
He's a legit lord.
All I can think of, I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones, is when he greets, like, the Lord's kiss.
Yes. Well,
that's how he went over the girl he chased into the States. That's what he did.
By the way, spoilers, if you haven't seen the first half of season 7, just close your ears for about 5 seconds. I mean, John brought Dany into that cave too.
Yeah. I mean, again, the Lord's kiss.
And he did bend the knee.
But I mean, so did she.
I'm just saying. Probably. So, Stargate. So we start in on Coulson Industries. Coulson is about to announce something big, like world-changing, like governments have been hiding shit changing. And his right-hand man
he hired a nanny from Flushing.
And I think CFO, I'm assuming CFO, Brian is like, can we not? Seriously, can we not?
Is he wearing leather suspenders?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm convinced that most importantly in the whole episode are his suspenders leather. Like, how big of a douchebag is he?
Pretty big.
Yeah. They probably are.
And Brian is just worried that this is going to ruin the company It's going to lose him all the money in the world. But Coulson forges ahead. There is a press conference waiting for him. He starts talking about how 5 months ago there was a great tragedy. 2,000 people were killed when a meteor shower hit a carrier group in the Pacific. He's here to challenge those facts. We cut to Daniel's lab, where he's watching this and quickly shushes Sam as she comes in. Also, I love their SGC mugs. Coulson says he doesn't know how many governments are involved in this, but the people are being lied to.
Somebody knows something.
It's a big conspiracy. He says he has proof of aliens and that they have advanced technology. They've been interfering on Earth for quite some time. And if the governments don't release what they know in 24 hours, he'll do it for them.
Yep.
And Sam and Daniel are like, fuck? Question mark?
Yeah. They're not okay with this.
Credits.
Also, I love a Daniel Sam episode.
Yes.
Those two are trouble.
They're trouble in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah. Like the fun kind of trouble.
With the capital T that rhymes with P and that stands for cool. I hate that musical.
Trouble. What is it? Big Trouble, River City.
You got big, yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Big Trouble, capital T. Seriously, I hate music now. Don't get me started.
Aww.
So the TV is on the briefing room, which is more the TV. This TV is on in the briefing room on news more than all 8 seasons previously put together.
Well, because Jack is in charge.
And
I feel like he just moved a TV into the room.
But it's like the substitute teacher wheeling TV too.
Yeah. Well, that's the only one he could get his hands on.
Yeah.
He's like, I just want this to, like, he's wheeled the TV into every room. And they all have cable, but only he knows how to switch it over so that when no one else is in the rooms, he can watch The Simpsons.
True.
Yeah.
True.
That's what's going on.
So Teal'c, Daniel, and Sam are watching Inside Access. Julia Donovan's show.
Yeah.
Who remember from the Prometheus incident.
Yes. I feel like I would have loved for them to make even more fun of those topical news entertainment shows and called it like Inside Tonight Access Entertainment.
Well, I don't think it's the entertainment one.
Yeah.
We knew our show
like
was
Inside Edition.
It's Inside Access.
Yeah, but I feel like it's making fun of like Inside Edition.
Well, we'll get to their logo later.
Bum, bum, bum.
I have issues with it. So Julie Donovan thankfully gives us a primer on Alec Coulson, since we've been living on another planet for the 20 years and don't know who he is.
Right.
And we didn't know that he's 42. The answer, because anytime a writer puts 42 into something, it's done.
They're like, this
reasons.
And it's like, well, that's very kind. He's clearly not that young.
He's worth over $60 billion, and he's Richard Branson. He's number 8 on the Fortune 500.
Damn.
So Jack comes up and tells him to turn it off. And we learn that Sam and Coulson have a past.
Yeah. He says that like it's a different kind of past than it actually is.
Well, I'm just going to say that, they were just working on the multi-engine controls for the F-302s. And I'm assuming from that tone that Jack had, listen, Sam was single at the time.
Yeah.
Coulson was single at the time. Both are super brilliant and both are super attractive. I mean math.
Sure.
Get it.
But it's also coming from, consider the source.
It's from Jack. Oh, I know.
Jealous McJealous Pants.
It's Jealous McJealous Pants. Yes, I'm just saying that I don't see it not happening.
I'm not against it.
Not against it. So, anyway.
It just shows you who Sam is. She's very authentically Sam because she has access to people like this.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes with Pete, the cop.
It's true.
Who eats hot dogs?
He does.
Oh, what do they call them? Sausage
tubes.
Sausage tubes.
Meat tubes.
At the park.
And Coulson is not a loony cult leader, or Elon Musk. People are believing him. And he owns satellites. He could have picked up pictures of all sorts of things in the past couple of years. But even though he's been involved with SGC off-worldy things, he hasn't been told any information. He's gotten calls from the president before. He has gotten the national security talk many times, but he's been deemed, air quotes, a security risk. So he can't be
a wild card, if you will.
Total wild card. So his father was a journalist who was jailed during the McCarthy era. So the whole freedom of information, freedom of speech, government transparency thing is like in his genes. It's just hardwired into him at this point.
It's super important.
So Sam and Daniel get the lucky task of going to convince him to not go public.
Yeah.
And without actually telling him anything, though.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
No problem.
You know what, though? If anybody can solve that puzzle, it's those two.
Oh, exactly.
They're like, cool. We're cut out for this.
So in Coulson's office, Brian and Coulson are prepping for the next step. Coulson is calm as a cucumber. Brian is freaking the fuck out. Their stock has already dropped by 1/4. He feels they're going to have to start selling assets soon. Coulson has no worries given what they know. Like, trust me, the truth is always right, he says.
Oh, the truth is out there. I watch a lot of X-Files.
he clearly does.
Yeah.
Brian fears what the mass hysteria and chaos this knowledge is going to create, which interestingly mirrors one of the lines that Sam says later in the episode as well.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
She specifically talks about the possible chaos.
Especially like what would happen in other places. And yeah, that's true.
So Sam and Daniel are both showed in, both in very nice suits. Normally I would think Sam is a pantsuits woman, part of Pantsuits Nation.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing she's like, look, I have to wear the uniforms all the time. I'm always in pants.
Yeah.
I got great legs.
Well, here's the thing. To play on your theory a little further.
Oh, no.
How they're both very attractive.
Yeah.
And there might be some history there. She's like, I just want to remind him of what he's missing.
I'm just going to remind you of my legs.
Yeah, just remind you that they're here.
Yeah, just in case.
In case you forgot.
You forgot that my legs were
are here. And so is my ass.
And they look good.
Yes.
Sam knows her legs are good.
Yeah. Sam's really proud of who she is.
Oh, exactly.
Completely. In every part of herself.
She does squats for days. So
does Drake.
Drakey
boy squats for days. Drakey boy has learned attention.
Yes.
Has learned how to squat so that he can reach his face into the pool and pick out any poor unfortunate bug that may have gotten into the pool.
Well, you know, those bugs need saving, even though they're already dead.
Saving into his tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just giving him a different death.
Yeah. He's also got an LA face and an Oakland booty.
Sam, of course, is radiant as always, Coulson says, and he's actually been a huge fan of Daniel for years. He loved the idea of pyramids as landing pads for alien ships. Daniel, like, that was a long time ago.
This is how you know, though. This is the tell that this guy is a true, like, nerd believer, history buff. Because he's like, I know who you are. You're Daniel Jackson.
Yeah.
Here's your resume.
Well, it's also like, what have you been up to? Because she basically fell off the map. It's like you've
that
been
too. Like,
off. He's like, I've been around.
It's like you've been off world somewhere. But that, I mean, think about it. Like, even things that I follow that closely, I don't think I could give you a person's face or a name and be like, oh, right, I've read the article.
But here's the thing. Did he know that these two people, even if he knew these two people were coming, like, these are two people from completely opposite ends of his world who are now showing up together. He knows who Daniel is.
Yeah.
He knows who Daniel does and the research he does. And now this anthropologist who had these crazy ideas about aliens who no one has heard anything published from him for years is showing up with Sam Carter.
The fact that they're showing up is confirmation that that he's on the right track.
And, like, I like that they're not trying to hide it.
No, they're like, look, they're nothing if not smart.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not going to convince this guy that he's wrong.
We're just not going to give you any more information.
We just want you to don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
However, we're going to basically wink at you with the fact that we're both here.
Yeah. There's clearly we're both here for a reason.
So down to business. We all in this room know the meteor shower was a sham, right? And he starts showing photos taken from a satellite of Gould ships. The Antarctica battle, Prometheus.
Yeah.
Sam shrugs and is like, images can be faked. Photoshop works.
This is where I'm going to shout out to my my rhetoric teacher.
Yeah.
I'm currently taking a visual rhetoric class where it's like literally the discussion is that even pictures don't tell one story.
No.
Everything has a slant. Everything has a perspective and a view that it's trying to show you. I probably not smart enough to convince someone that their picture is lying.
Yeah.
But I bet you that my professor, the badass that she is, could.
Well, it's simple as the fact of you can have a series of photographs of the exact same person, for example, speaking at the exact same event, but a single snapshot that are taken 30 seconds away from each other will capture different facial expressions.
Yeah, or you crop it to a different spot, you change something out. That's what I mean. You and I could probably handle that picture, but this specific picture, that is of the big leagues. That's PhD level rhetoric, professor. I believe in you, Dr. Chen.
Also, Photoshop.
That's always a good default.
That's, I mean, to me, I can Photoshop those photos.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So this isn't, he's like, look, I know you people can make photos seem like a fraud. That's not what we have. I'm just showing you my first card.
Yeah.
So
I'm not so dumb that I'm going to give everything away.
Exactly. Sam and Daniel leave. Julie Donovan calls her immediately as soon as they walk out of the building. And of course, Sam and Daniel rent a Mustang.
Yeah.
Of course. And it's red. Of course.
Yeah.
Sam booked it. I'm sure.
Yeah. So
she knows Sam, or Julia knows that Sam and a very nice looking young man, well dressed, walking to Coulson's office. Any official comments?
I do love this. I love the idea that Julia, like, along with getting the story, I'm going to see if I can get some information on this guy. Because who's that handsome young man?
Oh, that's right, because that was when Jonas was on.
Yep.
Yeah, that was when Jonas was around.
Who's this guy? Tell me much. Like, this is so great, and I want to get the scoop on the story. But what about the bro and the, handsome guy in the glasses?
Yeah,
totally her type.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, whose type is he not?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
But yeah, I mean, I would be like, hey, I'm calling you for a work thing. I'm super only calling you for a work thing. But before I let you go real quick, who's that guy in the car with you? No big deal. No worries.
Just curious.
Just curious about the guy in the car.
Can I know? So Sam reminds her of her NDA. And Julie reminds her that part of that NDA deal was that she gets the first dibs on any break.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Daniel dibs on things.
Meanwhile,
I'm not gonna let this go. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Daniel has 13 messages from Emmett Bregman.
Yikes.
From the one who did the documentary. So back inside Coulson Industries, which, fun fact, is a redress part of the Blade Trinity set.
Oh.
Which is actually Atlantis took over.
Oh, so it is?
Yeah, like it's literally part of the Atlantis set.
That is fucking genius work that these guys do.
Set directors get all the mad props.
Yes, you are amazing.
Fucking love set directors.
I love that it looks a little bit to me like Deep Cut.
Yeah.
The Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Okay.
There's a lot of these like half levels.
Sure.
And then glass.
You know my only reference to the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Oh, yeah.
It's Star Trek 4.
That's right.
Literally my only knowledge of it.
It feels like a museum. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially the hanging plane. So at the Monterey Bay Aquarium where the hanging plane is, there's a giant hanging whale.
Whales.
Yeah.
I saw that in a movie.
That's right. I couldn't remember how long they've been there. But I guess the movie probably came out when I was little, and I remember going to kindergarten. Yeah, when I was in kindergarten, I went, and there was the whale.
I think it's 84. I think it was the year I was born.
They were probably just installed. I would have gone in 88.
Math.
The math is hard.
So the people at Coulson Industries are actually a bit worried. But he tells them not to be. He's got everything covered. He's done all the contingency plans. There's security for everyone, security for their families. Coulson is full stream ahead. Like, no matter what his people, like, it sounds like no one else in the company wants to do this. No one can convince him because it's his company and he does what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's his shit.
He's like, what are they going to do? Have me killed?
Actually, well, let's not think about that too hard, but yeah.
And our team is gathered in the briefing room to watch the press conference. Daniel points out that he did find out that a lot of the technology that Coulson deals with for the government is stuff that was procured off-world or came from off-world sources and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, we gave him the lead.
So he very well could have something more than just photos.
Yeah.
Since the government makes a big deal about governments only giving him, or as he starts the presentation, he's like, the governments have given me only silence in my demands that they come clean. He has no choice but to present what evidence he has. Seeing is believing, and he gestures to his door in the back of the room. It opens.
Oh, I don't like this part.
And out walks what might be the most frightened, sad-looking Asgard
This part makes me really sad.
we've ever seen.
It's very E.T.
He's very E.T. He's like flinching with the flashes.
Yeah, he's very scared. He's very sad to be there. I don't like it at all. It makes him seem like a monster.
He's full Dobby.
Yeah.
And Jack's
I think, in fact, I wrote that. I was like, Coulson is a monster.
yeah. And Jack's like, well, that is something.
Yeah, it is definitely a something.
So Sam gets off the phone in Daniel's office. Thor doesn't know that there's any Asgard on Earth. But what if it wasn't really an Asgard?
Again, I love the Daniel Sam moments.
Yes,
where
they're a
it's
great
like,
team.
You know what I want? I want them to do like psychedelic drugs together. In fact, I want to do psychedelic drugs with them because the places their minds can go.
Is insane.
What if I feel like I don't know. I think we would end up in a different dimension.
Probably.
Purely with our brains.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
I super want to do drugs with Sam and Daniel. That's the moral of this story.
So it looked like an Asgard, but it didn't sound like an Asgard. It didn't say anything, actually.
That's true.
And Coulson wrapped things up without taking any questions from anyone. So no Asgard would just allow themselves to be paraded around like that.
Sure.
And Sam's pretty sure that Coulson is not one who would put on a hoax either.
Yeah.
So the mystery deepens. In Coulson's office, we learn that all the networks want interviews with the Asgard.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen because this Asgard can't talk.
And they can't make him talk.
And the alien intelligence doesn't have any intelligence.
Oh, poor little guy.
I know.
It makes me really sad.
I know. There isn't, they're not really sure this is an alien, actually, in the end of the day, because all they did is they got some DNA from the DOD, and that's all they know.
They cloned a thing, and it's like this aberration. Like,
Life finds a way.
It makes you really uncomfortable.
It makes you super uncomfortable.
Oh.
So Coulson's plans to basically, at this point, just keep raising questions until the burden of proof is put on to Washington. They basically lit the fire, and they're just sitting back and watching the world burn.
Yeah, not okay. Super not cool.
We do know the moral of the story and see the never-ending question of who started the fire, though.
Well, we didn't start it. It was always burning.
Well, Coulson started it.
Since it's been burning.
Meanwhile, at the SGC,
started the fire.
they figure out why Coulson's Asgard was so quiet. He's a clone. Remember, all the Asgards are clones.
Yep.
So Asgard DNA are programmed to grow to maturity in 3 months, but they're an empty shell until they have a consciousness transferred into them. They're nothing. They're literally blank.
Yep.
So it's most likely it took Coulson forever just to teach this Asgard how to walk. Even.
So it's just an Asgard shell right now.
Yeah. It is the candy coating, and they
haven't
put the chocolate center in the center.
Got it.
The Asgard
there's no Tootsie in the Tootsie Pop.
Well, the Pentagon wants the SGC to put a stop to whatever this is, so they're calling in a marker. Calling in a marker. And then not on cue, Thor beams in.
So I've imagined an entire series with Thor. Now I started first, and the scene I was like, imagine just there's an Asgard who just loves theater, and like he wants to be an actor. But there's this problem with just timing. They don't understand timing.
No, they don't.
They don't understand human timing. They're not human. And then we watch it again later. Like, I will get to it when we get to the later.
Okay.
But just imagine that thought right now. An Asgard who just loves that theater.
I am right now in my head, like, seeing Patrick Stewart. And, like, it's like Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, and Waiting for Godot. But then there's just also an Asgard as this third made-up character in Waiting for Godot.
It's absolutely right.
It doesn't exist, but the Asgard made it.
Yep. Oh, it's there.
And there's just long pauses.
Yep. 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 I'm for it.
Also, what's the alien on American Dad?
Roger.
Roger?
Yes.
That is definitely an Asgard.
Yes. He is
100% Roger's an Asgard.
Yeah. He is an Asgard who was brought up watching too much Golden Girls.
Yeah. It works. I mean, the television signals went somewhere in the galaxy.
It's true.
So some flunky runs into Coulson's office. Everything has disappeared.
Yeah.
Not like someone stole it. It's like it was beamed away, including the Asgard.
Yikes.
So Coulson has a decoy car, and he's going to fly on his plane to Washington. I'm assuming he's actually piloting it too, because it's him.
Of course he is, yeah. That's why he's not as, well, spoilers.
Yeah. So Sam is in her dress blues, getting ready to go on inside access reluctantly. And it's not the lights or the camera that has her nervous. She actually really doesn't want to discredit Coulson.
Right.
She's been ordered to, but she doesn't like it.
She respects his work.
Yeah.
She's like, he's not a liar. I know that he's not a liar.
Exactly.
I know things. But I have to bring him down because of duty.
Yeah.
She's full paladin.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I made mine into not a paladin, but if you're actually going to make Sam as a D&D character, she is a paladin.
Yeah.
For sure.
Same. Yeah, agreed.
So they start the show and Sam's like, I mean, if aliens existed, we'd know about them.
I do love how Julia tries to bait her at first, like, hey, if you don't want to tell that story.
I mean, you can tell any story you want.
You can tell any of the stories that you like.
And Sam's like, look, Hollywood has been hoping to see aliens on television for years.
So this is when it comes back.
Yeah.
Imagine our Asgard, our Thor, whose dream has always been to be a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
He's like, this is my big ass moment. This is it for him. So that is my new show.
Okay.
Is Thor in Hollywood. It's kind of like Joey, only better.
Okay, I can see that.
What's another show where they're basically trying to break in and they never do because they're bad at it? I guess that would be it.
Barry.
Barry. Oh, yeah. Shit. Barry.
He's just an assassin.
I like it. When I feel like, then we get another one where it's like an Asgard trying to break it into like stand-up comedy.
BoJack Horseman.
That's all. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm in a weird mood today.
Coulson and Brian, because you were barrel day yesterday.
It was a barrel day, and then I drank gin.
So Coulson and Brian are watching this on their car TV. And Coulson's like, well, she's not actually lying in any way.
No, she's good.
Sam starts showing off some advanced methods for realistic 3D imaging, and she creates a hologram, quotation marks,
super cool.
Thor. In the car, they're like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yep.
Next to Sam.
So basically, to the people who know, she's like, look, you're right.
Yeah.
And no one will ever believe your rightness. God, that's gotta feel like shit.
Next to Sam, Thor speaks. He looks real, but don't worry, he's just a hologram. And Sam waves her arm.
This is my moment.
And she's like my favorite. You'll probably be seeing this technology on theme park rides real soon.
Let's take a second and remember that. Theme park rides. The show is trying to give us clues that it is coming. MGM, we're talking to you.
It's only how many years later?
Set it up. I am waiting. I will test ride. You're right.
In the car, they're like, ooh, she's good. She is.
Yep.
After the show, not quite the
an actress.
Not quite the exclusive Julie was hoping for, but it'll do. And she's like, Sam, how'd you do that? That was really cool. How'd you do that? And Sam's like, what?
Magic.
Nothing.
By the way, how's your friend, the guy? Just super wondering. No reason.
See, he didn't come with you today.
He's not here.
Is he taller than you?
How tall is he? His eyes were blue, right? Blue eyes.
So she's handed. Julie's handed a paper. And 10 minutes ago, Coulson's private plane was forced into an emergency landing after almost crashing on takeoff. Ooh, that hits a little hard right now.
Yeah.
Julia rushes to air, and we learn that Coulson's wife and daughter actually died in a plane crash when he was 24, which is why he started the aviation company.
He married young.
On a side note, seriously, the I in inside access is an exclamation point. Let me say that again. The I in inside is an exclamation point.
That's bad.
No, don't ever do that to a logo. I will never take your logo seriously if you make the I an exclamation
point. You're supposed to be a serious news thing, right?
Yeah, that's not.
No, they're basically,
Like, inside access doesn't even do that shit.
They're Entertainment Tonighting it.
Yeah, it's just, don't do that. Ever. You can put one after the logo. I don't like it, but I'll accept it.
I will only take comfort in the fact that they were making fun of these shows and they purposely made a bad logo. That's my theory.
Anyway, so Coulson calls Sam's cell phone. Don't worry about how he got her number.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, just everyone can get Sam's number.
Can.
Don't worry about it. She's like, I don't know how everybody has my number. And it's like, dude, you're literally listed in the phone book. The one that nobody ever goes to, you're listed in it.
So they do know the plane had been tampered with. And she's like, any ideas, Sam? He doesn't actually believe it was Sam.
Right.
But he wouldn't be surprised if it was someone else in the government doing it right as Sam was discrediting him as cover.
Right.
But he's not going to be stopped one way or the other. The world will know the truth. Jack's
the truth is out there.
Back in his dress blues. Always a good thing.
Yeah.
Thinking real hard. Maybe the Asgard should get the president a hyperdrive for Prometheus. Front like as a present. It's a gift.
Just for
It's an olive branch.
Yeah, good times.
Sam comes in wondering if anyone had any ideas on who downed Coulson's plane. And Daniel is like, look, they probably don't just have photos as we suspected, but they might also have bits of downed Gould ship that sank in the Pacific because in a roundabout way, somehow through financing, they own some of the companies that helped do salvage.
Yeah.
And Sam's starting to think at some point, like, we can't just keep discrediting Coulson.
Because he's not lying.
He's not lying. She's finally getting to the point where she doesn't know how much longer they can keep this thing secret because this is huge. There's so many people now who know about this.
Yep.
This is not just a small little department inside the Air Force.
Why are we keeping this one guy out and working so hard against him when he could be an asset?
And what if we told the truth? It's just a Coulson. What do we have to lose at this point? He already knows most things.
Right.
And show him why it's so important to keep this secret. And
at some point you have to give a little to get to the proper end goal.
Yeah.
And so at some point you go, yes, you're right, you got me here, but here's why.
Unfortunately, it would have failed on Sam if not for the default miserable ending at the end.
Yeah.
So Thor's about to meet with and Jack is about to meet with the president in about 5 minutes. He'll mention it, and Jack beams up to Thor's ship.
Yeah.
In Coulson's office, he wants to go live with everything they have that afternoon. And just then he's beamed up. And he's beamed back down to the briefing room with Thor. who he's like, what the as freaked out as any of us would be.
Yeah. But how awesome, though, also for the guy who's been like, there's something happening. There's something happening. Oh, shit. How is this happening? Yes, I love it.
He's introduced to Thor, and the clone that Coulson grew will become a new host to an Asgard consciousness.
That makes me very happy, and I'm glad that they addressed this, that it's not just some open-ended thing.
100%.
Because I felt really bad for that guy.
I know. It's
a little weird. I felt bad for the Hydra that we were fighting.
It was chained there.
That was killing me. It was chained there. It wasn't there because it wanted to be.
I know, but then we killed it.
But I wanted to save it.
Yeah, we were going to kill it.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
At that point, it was death from self-defense.
From a chained creature. But yes.
Well,
I will say that I did not hit the Hydra once.
You did not.
The end.
I did.
Yes. And I'm proud of you for doing so.
So Sam wants to show Coulson something, and the blast window rises. We call it a Stargate.
So what would you do? What would you do? you believe this thing's out there. You've wondered about it.
Ask if we can go somewhere.
Can I touch it? Yeah.
Yeah. Can I lick it?
Yeah.
So in the VIP quarters, Coulson is reassuring Brian over the phone that he's fine. He'll be back in a few days. And Soldier Sam walks in, and Coulson gets a jumpsuit as well.
Yeah, I do love a Soldier Sam look. He's like, hey, I haven't seen this. It's hot.
You want to wear that like banyings?
Yeah.
In the gate room.
But not the pants.
It's a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
They head to the Alpha site. It's just 640 light years away or so.
Huh.
Don't worry.
Not
They
far.
arrive. More introductions to Sheffield.
Yeah, I do love the Sheffield thing. I think they did it on purpose.
Oh, 100%.
This is Sheffield.
100%.
Uh-huh.
This new Alpha site is more inside a mountain like the SGC is, since the last one got fucked real good.
I will say it is a bit of a bummer. He gets to go off world,
Yeah.
but he doesn't go to like, remember that yellow planet from season 1?
No one wants to go to that yellow planet.
Sure, but like, or even where the knock slip or some other crazy place where you're like, where the fuck am I? No, he has to go to like an underground hole that looks just like an
safe there.
I know, but it's like I feel like they're joshing me. We're in like Minnesota. Yeah, like we're just in another underground facility.
Up in Minnesota, eh?
Yeah.
So they go through the next door and it's a hangar, and the F-302 is there. And pieces, he made parts of this. Part of his company did, and the parts they made allow the ship enter the atmosphere and re-enter it. And yeah, we use these to save the Earth a couple months ago.
Basically, congratulations, you helped save the Earth.
Do you want to go for a ride?
Yeah, you've earned a ride. You saved a world. You earned a ride.
Back in the office, Brian is taking all the evidence they have, duplicating it, storing it in a second location, and then he gets a fishy phone call. Not suspicious at all.
No, I feel like we should have known. Again, when he had the leather suspenders.
That's never a good thing.
Nobody good wears leather suspenders.
No. At the Alpha site, Coulson and Sam.
Not to the office. Sorry.
It's just later. Go for a joyride. It looks like all sorts of fun. He wonders how they keep all this a secret. And Sam thinks of all the fear and the chaos that knowledge of this might cause.
Mm-hmm.
Coulson,
and in fact, it has caused in some of our other planets.
And that's what she gets to later.
Yeah.
Coulson's like, what about the greater meaning it would bring to people? Yeah. And Sam's like, look, this is not all fun toys and gray aliens. There is some serious shit out there, and you haven't seen it.
Yep.
Like, if you, and the analogy comes up of, if you had cancer, would you want to know when you were about to die, or would you want to leave your last days in blissful ignorance?
That's a good question.
It's a super good question.
I'd want to know.
I'm on his board. I'd want to know and try to do something about it. And if I couldn't do something about it, then I
want to go out on my own will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go out eating a shit ton of ice cream and a cheesecake.
Yeah.
And hanging out with the people I love and just saying fuck all to everything I don't.
Yeah. And I'm one of those who, if I knew the end was coming, I'd probably want to end it before you get to those last few shitty days.
I want to go out on my, spoilers, Jorah with the grayscale. If it gets to that point, I'll take care of it before it gets there.
Mm-hmm. So now Coulson gets his turn at flying and clearly knows how to, as they do a barrel roll. And he puts it into a steep nosedive.
Why does he do this part? This is a little dickish.
It is dickish, but you get why he did it in the next scene. Not saying it makes sense, but you get why. So Sam is really pissed and annoyed, and eventually takes the controls over, pulls them back up, skims the top of the trees. Joyride is over.
Yeah.
They head back to the hangar. Sam is pissed at what he did, but Coulson had a point to make.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this isn't a joyride.
Right.
This is life and death. And it wasn't fun feeling out of control. It wasn't fun having someone else drive your life, drive with your life in their hands.
Yep.
And nothing is going to prevent me from telling the world about what I know.
He's not wrong. It makes me mad, though.
I know.
Why you gotta do that? Yeah.
And it's the thing. He was never going to crash. He was in perfect control. He was testing out the controls where he did the barrel roll.
You know why it makes me mad? Because Sam's the one person on his side.
Yes.
And it's like, Sam's not the one you do this to. She's the one person who's like, hey, I'm trying to have your back here. I'm being the middleman.
But to him, anyone who is trying to stop him from doing this, because he sees no other option.
That's true.
If anything, if anything, this proves to him that he has to reveal this even more.
Okay. Yeah.
So her thought of, oh, if we tell him the actual truth, he'll see why he has to keep this a secret. There's a reason why all the national security is like, we can't trust him with the secret.
Right. He's a wild card.
He's a wild card. He's not going to keep it.
Yeah.
And Sam thought she knew better. She was wrong.
Yep. She clearly, yeah. And that part sucks.
Yeah. She just trusts too much, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
So back in the Alpha Site gate room, Sam explains more to Coulson that there is a group of businessmen who found all this out 6 years ago by rogue elements of the NID, and then we can't take them down. They're too highly connected. Former Vice President Kinsey,
oh boy,
is linked to them.
Oh boy.
Instead of going public, they want this to stay underground. They want this to keep secret because they can try to control the alien technology.
Right,
so
from the inside,
if anyone was trying to kill you, it was them, not the government.
Yep.
And they sit down and Coulson tells a story of why he vowed to make flight safety as possible.
Mm-hmm.
With his wife and his daughter dying in the plane crash. And Coulson knows in all of this sci-fi intergalactic stuff that there are bad guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is not all fun and games, but he has to believe in humanity at the end of the day. That the knowledge of this could bring the planet together.
So here's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
And I don't have an answer. Is he over idealistic?
I think 100% he is over idealistic. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing.
Okay.
I don't always think that hoping or believing in something that much is necessarily a bad thing. It's just when you're blindly over idealistic.
Yeah. Because I think Sam's seen enough to be like, idealism isn't going to work here.
She's like,
she's not a cynic, but she's like, I'm done trying to convert.
Well, she's also seen on other planets when the Stargate is secret, and when that secret gets out, she's seen firsthand how this knowledge of the Stargate has fractured planets.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like I remember a time when Sam was idealistic.
Yeah.
And she's like, it just doesn't work that way.
I don't think Sam has any less hope for humanity and belief that the world would come together.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, that risk that things may not turn out that way is not worth doing it.
I feel that. I feel that.
And it doesn't convince Coulson at all. To him, a truth of this magnitude about the nature of human existence, even if it leads the planet to destruction, maybe we deserved it at that point.
Fuck.
If this doesn't bring the world together and unite us, then
we
maybe
don't deserve to.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough.
It is.
But that's a man who's living by his.
He leads by his code.
Yeah. He's not fucking with it.
Nope.
So I'll give him credit there.
Yeah, that is someone who truly is doing things because he believes in it and not because of an alternative motive.
Yep.
So when they get back to Earth in the briefing room, they're watching more news than this episode has ever watched.
I didn't even know they watched news.
Julia Donovan is talking about how investigators think Coulson created the hoax of the Asgard to divert attention from their corporate financial problems.
Dun, dun, dun.
Coulson comes in halfway through this and is like, what the fuck?
What financial problems?
Daniel breaks the news that the president has halted trading on the markets, which if the president does that, you know shit's bad.
Yeah, that doesn't happen just because.
Coulson Industries stock is down 80%, and the Dow is down
time to buy
over 500 on the whole. And the SEC is investigating Coulson for securities fraud.
Fuck.
Coulson's pretty sure he's being set up. Securities fraud, just because it's confusing with names, is basically just sort of stock or investment fraud. It's just lying to investors to get them to buy or sell it.
Right.
So back in the offices, Brian is drunk by the time Coulson shows up, and Sam is with him. And Brian's like, look, this isn't my fault.
Except it's my fault.
He's like, you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't, you just were full speeding ahead on your own damn crusade.
That's always a sign of a broken mind, of an unsound mind, where it's like, you made me do something. Whatever it is, no matter what. It's like, no. That's not sane thinking.
So Coulson goes on, well, at this point it's not. You find out it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
He had his hands, his back was kind of up against a wall.
Yeah, but just this thought process, anytime the conversation is like, you made me do this, it's just not, it's red flags.
Yeah.
It's red flag city. Nobody makes you do anything. He
says that Coulson was always just going on adventures and wasn't around the office day to day and just assumed Brian would make everything work.
Yeah.
And yes, he doctored the books. Who knows how badly he actually doctored them.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were overextended. I do kind of get the idea that Coulson never really saw the full picture of what the financials of his company was. He was someone who had all the big ideas.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's perfectly in the right and never did anything wrong.
I just get the feeling, the way that this plays out in this scene, that he didn't have to doctor the books too much.
Right.
You know, they were overextended. They were about to possibly collapse. And all they were going on was the price of the stocks. And Brian is the one who told the SEC everything.
Yeah.
And he was pressured to do so by the trust. All he knows is they are very powerful. They're extremely threatening. They probably threatened his family.
Yeah.
And they think they are protecting the planet from the issue that Washington created.
Oh boy.
And yeah, they might both go to jail, but at least Brian's family is going to be safe, which is really all Brian cares about.
I mean, I guess you can see that point. Yeah. I can see that point.
And that's what I mean. Like, he did a really shitty thing, but to Brian, at least in his point of view, there was nothing else
to do. What else could he do? Yeah.
And this isn't a recent thing. It didn't just happen in the past couple of days or the past week. The trust got to Brian 6 months ago.
Fuck.
Brian has been setting things in motion for months, and he somehow got, you know, they knew that Coulson wanted to come clean with everything months ago. And Brian has even had Coulson sign financial statements that are false without Coulson's knowledge. So that's
on Coulson too. Like, you gotta know what you're doing.
But he trusted him. He's known him for years, and he built the company with him.
Yeah, fuck, that sucks.
So Coulson can't believe that there's something there's got to be something they can do to take the trust down. And Sam's like, look, they're above the law at this point.
Yeah.
We've tried multiple
outside
times.
the law.
Yeah. And Coulson's like, we have to try again. And Brian is just a broken man on the couch at this point.
Aww.
So back at the SGC,
Sam. Brian and his leather suspenders.
I know.
At this point, I feel like I've made it up, but I'm okay with it.
So back at the SGC, Sam says that Brian has agreed to wear a wire at their next meeting with the trust. And they're hoping to actually flip that contact into a bigger fish. Agent Barrett's working on the case.
Yep.
They'd have to have a perfect series of events happen in order to save Coulson's public image or his company in any way. But Brian's family's been taken.
It's a PR nightmare.
It's a PR nightmare. Brian's family's been taken into protective custody, and the big secret is safe again for the time being. Ish.
Always that way with her.
Always ish.
Always ish.
And Sam. You know, Sam doesn't know. Coulson believes so strongly in this that she doesn't see him staying quiet for long. And the phone call comes, Jack's phone. They found Brian dead in his bathroom. So back in Coulson's office, Sam comes to find Coulson with a gun in his hand.
Don't do it, bud.
He blames himself for Brian's death. Nothing can convince him otherwise.
Yeah.
Coulson's life is done. Like, his company is gone. There's no hope that he can see to stay out of jail, to save out of not just financial ruin, but like the ruin of everything he's worked for, sort of in his ideals, and in his entire legacy is going to be tarnished in retrospect from a thing that he didn't do.
Yeah. So a couple things. Do we think the trust killed Brian?
I would not be outside the realms at all.
It's tough. And I feel like people in a dire situation can have thoughts and ideologies of things that suck. But in the situation, I feel like the trust.
I think the trust did, because Brian seemed very resigned to the fact that he would have been fine sacrificing going to jail to keep his family safe. Yeah.
So that part to me sucks.
Yeah.
That just fucking blows.
Yeah. But there is a little bit of hope. Apparently,
Yeah.
Congress is looking to essentially bail out Coulson Industries. And so the company and the employees are going to survive. Just not with Coulson.
Which is important.
It is. It is. There's, I mean, a lot of people depend on that.
You know, it's funny. We don't think about that stuff all the time. And I was thinking about it recently. It's like, you know, the companies we work for, the things we work for, we want to be, sometimes it's like easy to just be pissed. But sometimes they're just like, what's the best move to keep as many people employed?
Yeah, take out the people who actually did the shitty things.
Yeah.
And then save the people who are innocent bystanders.
Right.
Instead of going to jail, though, Sam has an idea. You can still make a difference. Sam is here to give Coulson that choice, that chance. Coulson's like, you can't just make indictments disappear. She's like, no, but I can make you disappear.
I can do magic.
He's like, there's nowhere on earth that I can hide. She's like, look, I wouldn't be here if I didn't already have approval to offer you this.
Mm-hmm.
The president isn't really sorry that you were discredited in any way, shape, or form. But you can still make a difference to, you know, the fight for Earth.
Yeah.
He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, welcome to my world.
Ta-da! How do you think Sam pitched this?
That just pointing out how brilliant of a mind he is. He is, listen, he may not be the best businessman, but he is a brilliant engineer.
Yeah.
And a brilliant thought person.
He's too valuable.
He's a thinky person.
Yeah. He might know a thing or two about exploding suns.
Yeah.
He may be able to think about exploding suns.
Mm-hmm.
And who else to vouch than the one woman who's exploded a sun?
Exactly.
Fuck. This one was fun. I feel like it ends on a downer.
It does.
It's a bit of a bummer, but it's a good episode.
It's a good episode. I don't know if this one goes on my top 5, though.
I don't see where it would.
Yeah. Because it doesn't beat Icon for me.
Okay. So I have Lockdown is my last one, which is the letter, right?
Yes.
Icon is the one.
Is the World War II.
Right. And then Affinity is the Teal one.
Yes.
Avatar
is the game.
It's the game one. Yeah. And then New Order is New Order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it makes the list. Dang.
No.
It was fun though.
So next up is Stargate Atlantis Underground.
But wait, what? How do we go underground on Atlantis?
We go underground.
Underwater, where the fish don't stink. That's a song.
I know it is.
Fish don't stink. Underwater, the fish don't stink.
Oh my. All I know is I'm really excited because the next episode, one of the guest stars is Cole Meany, and I love any Stargate actor who comes over to Atlantis.
Oh, do I know this person?
Have you seen Deep Space Nine?
Yes.
He's the Irish engineer.
Oh, I do know that one.
I love him so much.
And he's married to the lady who we see for like 2 seasons, and then she disappears randomly.
Yes.
I have seen this one.
I love Cole Meany and everything he's in.
Awesome.
He does too.
I'm ready. Guys, thanks for sitting through. Sorry it was such a bummer, but
it's a bummer episode.
If it makes you feel better, I'm a bear.
You're
a bear. I'm a bear.
You're a bear.
I'm a bear. It was a little bit Rock Me Amadeus, a little bit just. I drank 2 energy drinks.
And what's fun is that we completely didn't include the story where you turned into a rat and I made you invisible.
Yes, that's true.
I made you an invisible
You know why?
rat.
Because I forgot to make a rat song.
You didn't make a rat song. Oh. You were too busy scampering around.
I was scampering.
But I could make you an invisible bear.
I will. I did sniffer very well.
You did sniffer.
We'll see you guys next week with Underground and other crazy animals. Until then, you can find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Find us at Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
You can email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com with hints and suggestions for Dandy.
Yeah, no, seriously. And patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra, where I will be. I haven't decided where I'm going to post them yet because it's kind of a weird thing to post on our Twitter, but I think maybe on the Patreon I might post a wedding photo
Oh.
because I got those.
If nothing else, one of the cool table settings.
Well, there's that really cool photo of the two of us.
I do like that one. That's our team shot.
It is our team shot.
I'm good with it.
We have a podcast team shot that we took at the wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a bear.
You're a bear.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm a bear. I'm a bear.
I'm a bear. I'm a bear. And the stream bark.